The food are staying here. Alright. Welcome back to another WTF situation. The longest hiatus we took.
That's kind of our style.
God, it's like we're like homeless people. It's like we show up once in a while.
We're like homeless people.
It's like random. We're back, and we give praise to Cthulhu for allowing us to come back from the depths of the oceans.
Speaking
cheers,
of the ocean.
pal.
Oh yeah, cheers to Cthulhu.
Man.
Note I'm A, dressed in Cthulhu attire. B, drinking my favorite scotch, Balvenie 14-year rum cask. It's a limited edition.
Whoa, where'd you get that from?
This liquor store. You can only find them in like stores that
specialty
in liquor. It's kind of like what's the word? You could probably find it at a big
like a Total
store,
Wine.
right?
Would you find it?
Yeah, but you're more better off probably finding it in like a shop that nobody really sees because nobody's going out to buy this.
The hole in the wall situation.
Because this bottle had dust on it because people aren't buying this. And I was like, oh my God, this guy has a bottle of this. Because I've been to like 4 or 5 different liquor stores and they stopped selling these because it was a limited run.
Nice.
So I'm showing it as much as I can. It's my favorite Balvenie Scotch rum cask, 14-year age. So yeah.
And this is our first episode in a while, and also the first one in your new crib.
Oh, yes.
Finally, Tim has his own apartment.
Yes.
I told you we're homeless, man.
Oh, yes. I'm dressed up like this because I was streaming earlier today, but to be completely honest, I kind of dress like this on my off days anyway.
Of course. Who doesn't want to dress up like medieval time?
And it's fun. And this cloak is just always sitting here. And it works for everything. Yeah. And the best part is the stupid light system that my homeboy just left here. I can just change it to whatever freaking color I want. I obviously went with green because it matches the cloak. I can make it like do all kinds of stuff. I was
I thought you were paying tribute to Cthulhu.
Yeah, totally. Yes. Yeah, green to the Cthulhu, of course. That's what I meant.
So a lot happened, man, since we since the last time we spoke. The world went down to the shit storm and back up, and a lot of crap happened. Everything, pop culture, cinema, politics. Everybody was flinging shit at each other. And we were just on the sidelines watching.
That's the American way.
Apparently now it's the world way. Everybody is doing it. I guess America starts a trend and everybody wants to follow.
I mean, we're number one for a reason.
We are. We set the trends.
Yes.
Especially in cinema, dude. God damn it. Hollywood is getting its teeth kicked in by a bunch of YouTubers, which is awesome.
Fuck yes. Yeah.
A bunch of kids, man. YouTubers are making amazing movies with nothing. Good stories. They're just kicking it. The Backrooms, Obsession. These are like the latest 2 movies that dropped. Dude, they killed. I went and saw Backrooms with my son because he loves that universe. I loved the videos when they came on YouTube. I don't know if I was there.
I was there. Yeah. I've seen a couple of them, and then I've seen, ironically, the other movie.
No, I remember when the first video dropped on YouTube was this mysterious video, and I was like, man, this is cool. This is cool. I was like, this would make an awesome movie. And then he dropped a bunch of stuff. And as a kid, 17-year-old, did it at home. He had like an idea. He saw a picture on 4chan and he was like, this looks mysterious. And he took Blender and he started learning Blender and he made like this universe, played on the old VHS kind of style, to cover up stuff. And dude, he killed it. And it was awesome and fun. And next thing you know, now he's like 20 years old and they approached him and he made a movie and I went and saw it and it was kick ass.
And I believe
$100 million opening weekend. And the other guy too is a young kid. He made a scary movie called Obsession. Simple concept. The guy and his girlfriend.
Obsession is a YouTuber?
Yeah, some YouTuber kid, he did it with his friends, I don't know exactly the story, but he's a young...
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Is it a dude with blonde hair?
Yeah, and he has like nerdy glasses. He looks like a nerd. Oh
my God. I've seen that dude in like a bunch of reels. That dude, no way. That's that guy?
Yeah, it's a nerd kid.
I have to see this movie.
I have to see Obsession too. But
holy fuck.
And then against that, you see Hollywood doing the same shit. They don't want to admit.
Hollywood, dude.
They had Grogu and the Mandalorian flop as shit. They had the stupid, Supergirl shitting on Superman myth.
Oh God,
like dude, trying to pass the message, all that sensitive shit. And they keep getting fucked in the face, but they keep sticking to the message. Give up. give up already. Seriously. Just give up.
Dude, your time is over, bro. Your time is fucking over. It's out, man. When
a 17-year-old kid did a video on YouTube. He made a movie. $100 million open his fucking weekend. Go away. Go away. I am
so happy that shit's happening because it feels like there's hope in the world.
There is hope. There is hope. And these guys are making movies with peanuts, with nothing. Like their budget is like, it's an A24 movie studio. And the other one's like, dude. And also the guy, what's his name? Iron Lungs, Markiplier.
Yeah, Markiplier. Yeah.
I mean,
I saw that. That was fun.
I mean, that guy did that shit in his garage and he kicked ass.
Well, hold on. He did spend like $3 million. I saw the budget.
$3 million is nothing.
Yeah, that is true. That's
when
true
you compare it, and then I mean, this movie,
and he broke a record for most blood used in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the gallons and gallons of
his
shit.
movie is one location, simple plot, $3 million, and it blew up.
It made triple, if not more.
And for a YouTuber of his size, has a big channel, $3 million is an average size you spend. You're talking about movies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars, not to mention shoving the advertising in your face everywhere you click.
Shoving advertising, shoving agenda, let's just be real. Shoving just commercialism just up the ass. I mean, just like, hey, buy this.
These guys are not doing half of that. Yeah, it's just word of mouth.
It's just passion and the love of the art. And I remember Iron Lung because I'm a huge fan of Markiplier. That's why I started.
Yeah, you watched a lot of his YouTube back in the days. Yeah. He's skits and stuff. Right. I love the thing what he did with the narrative where you pick which which version you go. I love that option.
Dude, he's got 3 of those. Like, holy crap, that's insane. And they get more and more intricate as they go. When he it was funny because I saw that playthrough of that game that he made the movie of Iron Lung. Yeah. And then when he said he's dropping a movie of this, like working on a movie Iron Lung, I was like, really, that game? Because don't get me wrong, the game's cool. It's a cool concept, but it's just weird that all the games, especially the horror games they play. He chose this weird because it's an old school looking. I mean, it's not like old school, but like one of those old looking games where it's very simple and it's very, I guess I want to say linear. You just kind of go here, and then it kind of ends abruptly. But for some reason, I don't know. But
the lesson is art. Sometimes you have to take risk. This guy, he was like, I love this video game. I know it's weird, but I'm going to take a risk and make a movie. And it works. You go to studios, they're always looking for no, we need a name actor. No, we need to change the story because it has to have this formula bullshit. Because they're scared of investing. These guys are not. Right. They said, I want to tell this fucking story. I don't care if it works or not. And it works. 3 movies, 3 different weird stories. Completely, personal, and they took a risk. It's like, what? That's what I want to do. They did it, and it works. But if you pitch that shit to regular studios, they will change your story. They have a formula. You have to have this relationship. You have to have this guy. You have to have this amount of whatever fucking diversity shit. You have to change this plot because they are chasing the guarantee of the return.
Yeah,
that's business. That's not art.
Their numbers.
Yeah,
exactly.
This guy, Markiplier, is like, fuck it. I'm going to spend $3 million and I'm going to make this video game because I love this video game.
Yeah, and if it flops, that sucks. But I'm still going to do it.
But in the other world, they will tell him to fuck off. We're not going to make your movie because we don't understand. Because they live in a bubble where they don't understand the real world. These new kids, if you want to talk to them, you have to talk to what they like. And what they like might be weird to you and you don't see it as a movie, but they see it as a movie. So either you're investing in the wrong business. Go do stocks of something else if you don't know how to invest in movies.
Yeah, it's like those people just go to school just to learn numbers, and then there's like, I follow the trend of the numbers, and that's great and all, but
it is great when it belongs where it belongs.
Right, but like those numbers aren't gonna like just jump at you and like, hey, this is the next big thing. It's like, this fucking
they fail to understand
dog is gonna like jump up and explode and be big. Like they don't know that. They fail
to understand
that's the human shit.
Yeah, the art is scary. It's an investment. You take a risk. It's not like when you're investing in like actual business. I get that the numbers work. But art is weird. The weirdest thing in art that might seem completely stupid to you or you don't understand it could be the gold mine. Could be the next thing that changes perceptions, that changes, pop culture. That's why we have the things that changed pop culture. Why they changed pop culture? If you go back to their time, in their context, they look like they were crazy people. I mean, if you chose that business, you have to take fucking risk. It's art. It can make a lot of money, but also you take a fucking risk.
100%. And I saw this video, this guy talking to, I don't know, I guess he's famous. I don't fucking know. It's some Asian dude talking to like a graduating class from probably, I don't know, Harvard or whatever fucking school.
Yeah.
And he was going about basically saying like, yo, fuck AI. Because like at the end of the day, it's like it kills the journey. Like nobody cares about like it creating all this crap. The purpose of humans is to like the journey to create that art. That's the beauty. That's what we want to see.
Of course.
To like fucking pour their soul into something and like make it fucking beautiful and magnificent. Like I will pay to see that. I don't want to see paid for fucking AI to make some slop. Yeah. Like, oh, this is what, just.
We talked about AI before. We could talk about it again. That's going to resolve itself and it's going to settle what it belongs because human creativity is not going anywhere. People always I watched a lot, I'm always like, scrolling and things. Most of the stuff that I follow is artists painting and doing stuff. I just love watching that process of them like, doing stuff. That's how, I learn and I paint myself and I do all those things. So I kind of like, that's what I get, what do you call it? The kick from that. That's not going to go anywhere, but AI is going to land itself where it belongs. It's a tool. Now everybody's going crazy, afraid they don't know what it is. It's going to settle down where it belongs. It's a tool that's going to make things a little bit better. And just like Photoshop, it's going to land where people use it. I use Photoshop all the time, but that doesn't mean I'm not drawing things and doing stuff. I use it sometimes to help me with things, and that's it. Understand the context of what the fuck you're doing and the tools you're using. Yeah. I'm not worried about AI. It's gonna do its thing. People are gonna freak out, and then the dust's gonna settle, and it's gonna land where it's supposed to land.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I look at it.
I mean, same. I will say this because I see a huge following for fuck AI as a musician, and I gotta say at first. Again, backing up what you're saying, it's going to fall where it's going to fall and become like a tool. 100% agree. With musicians, though, I feel like they need to understand that shit is complete trash. I've seen a lot of people. I see it as a tool in many, many aspects, and I can kind of see where it could be useful as a musician. But ultimately, man, I just like fuck AI, fuck AI music. This shit sucks.
Look, I get it. It's like, fortunately for me, it's like I sympathize with most of these artists, like in music or in graphics and stuff. They make a living. So those are the first people who make a living with that stuff. Are they the one who's gonna freak out? And I sympathize with that. For me, I have never made a living from art. It was always a personal thing. I can't live without doing it. I enjoy doing it. I'm always doing it. I will die doing it. It's not going to stop because that's how my mind was set into it. Because I have never made money doing it. And you know me, you see me. I'm always doing something because that's how it is. But the other people who make a living, I totally sympathize with their panic. I get it. It's they feel like it's going to take from their livelihood. And that's where they are, right? But think about it like for music.
Yeah.
AI has big fucking shoes to fill. Look back at the history, recent history of music, it's like how music have changed a lot of things. Like, look at the world before Metallica and after. Look at the world before Tool and after. Look at the world before Guns N' Roses and after. It's like, those are the things that there's like some dudes in the garage came out and did something and it just blew up. It's like, or before Nirvana and after Nirvana. Or before Led Zeppelin and after Led Zeppelin. And just think of the world before that band existed and those songs dropped. Or before the Beatles and after the Beatles. Before Mozart and after Mozart. AI can't do that. It can't, because AI is like people, it's like some kids like Metallica, for example, like most recent things, like some dudes in the garage, you know, they're going through life. There are circumstances, there are contexts, and how they had the rage and all that stuff, and they came to a point together. There's so many elements that led them to be together to write those specific songs and them fighting each other. And then you have the Metallica and before and after. AI doesn't have that purpose. It's just waiting for someone to say, hey, do this. And it does it. Right. That's a big gap to fill. You can't just, you can't.
You can't really teach creativity.
Exactly. Like me here sitting, I'm not a musician. I would never be able to use AI to write a song that's going to change pop culture or like, lead the generation. Versus Metallica, like I said, or like Nirvana, these people with their circumstances, life stories, how it led for them to meet together and why they wrote those lyrics and how it became what it is. There's so much going on. There's so much micro shit going on that led to that in a moment in history where people responded to it. And then now there's a world after Nirvana. You can't go back to before. Or take any band, like after Mozart. There's nothing. After Michael Jackson, there's nothing. Right? So AI can't do that. That's like, because AI is just sitting there. You have to have a person to go there and tell it to do this thing. You understand? It's like there's much.
I understand.
There's so much into that context that's not gonna work. I can use AI. It's awesome for me. Like I'm doing some skit or some bullshit. It's like I need some background music, and I do it. I use it. It works fine, great. Right. Because I'm not a musician. I don't have money to pay someone to do it. Or maybe in my case, I have a friend. Let's say you. I'm like, hey, man, can you just compose for me something? Or Mike. So I can go both ways. But it's not going to change the world like bands did. There's a big shoes to fill, dude.
Right. I don't see it changing the world for goddamn sure.
Musically, at least.
See, it could change people's lives, though. Somebody fucking could definitely trick a lot of people into like buying fucking albums, which this shit. Prime example, a friend came up to me, showed me this band. I was like, bro, this is sick, and this and that. And then I was like, listening to it. I was like, okay, this seems like a pretty good opening. And something seemed a little bit off. And then I checked the discography and then realized they had like 4 or 5 albums in 1 year. And I was like, oh, this is AI, bro. Ain't nobody writing that kind of music that fast. Like,
and also, you have the
albums and
you have the element of like live music. Bands go. People go to watch bands live. That's a whole world.
Sadly,
that's a whole world that you can't replace. I mean, we all grew up going to concerts and shit, and then you finally had chance to buy a ticket to go see the band that you've been listening to their albums for like 5 years or something. Stuff like that. How you gonna? What's the mechanic of replacing that? You can't.
That's true.
You have to. Even I remember when I watched Death Clock. Metalocalypse. The music was made by a guy, but it was cartoon characters. And we still went to a concert and saw a band that actually played the music. And it was awesome to see the people in the flesh playing it. And then, in the background, they had like the video in the background, but like the people rocking to the shit. And you're sitting in the pit, all that stuff.
Well, Metalocalypse, that's Brendan Smalls. And he not only does the voices, he also writes a lot of the music.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's a fictional band. I fell in love with the music watching fictional cartoon. I didn't know anything about the people behind it. But it was also, when I heard the band was playing, I was one of the first people who went and saw. You see, those are the things that you can't AI your way out of it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, my friend.
I'm not worried.
You're still.
I just still want to talk shit about it because, bro, fuck people who are trying to use it to make money, or no, more specifically, fuck the artists that are using it in advertising.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, use this. Like, oh, your music could be so much better. Are you sitting there writing this? Like, no, fuck you, dude. Just sit there and do the fucking work, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to like use that to maybe like get some ideas, but like, bro, fucking do the work. Because
the beauty is in the work.
Yes. It's the journey. It's the fucking journey.
The journey. It's not about the final product.
I only can do this, but how much more badass would it be if I picked this up and, learn to do this and made this other thing and then do the whole fucking thing, as opposed to like this one video. I keep seeing it and I skip it so quick because it just annoys the absolute shit out of me. It's not even a fucking musician. I can't call this guy a musician. I cannot call this guy. I do not know his background. I just see him and he's doing like lunch table, like back in school when people are beating on the tables, like bounce, right? He's just doing that shit. He's like, before Suno, don't, and then there's like a whole orchestra of music. And like after Suno, and it's like, bro, you didn't write none of that shit.
No,
you didn't write none of that shit.
You didn't use your brain power,
here, bro.
You didn't use your brain power.
Like it would have been way cooler. It's like, oh, I started from boom, doing the pencil jet, like the tappy, and then he created everything else. I would support that person. I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
he just started with a simple beat, and then he created this elaborate shit. But no, someone just like and then throwing it, or like just clapping and throwing it into Suno, and all of a sudden there's fucking this whole goddamn thing. Dude, fuck you, bro.
The pleasure,
that's what
the biggest pleasure is in the process, man. It's like you notice that painting I started working on, was sitting behind it. I've been working on that shit for 2 weeks now. It's not even close to happening, but it's like the pleasures. Like every day I go there, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm like, crafting it, like brushstroke after brushstroke. I sit back and I sit there for a while, just sipping on a drink, looking at it. Is the light right? And then every time I add something to it, I back up and it was like, yeah, I imagined something, but I didn't imagine this. And when you see it next time you come, you'll be like, and it's just the pleasure of doing that. I don't give a fuck if it finishes or not, but it's like that process. It's so. How do you say it? It's like, it kind of makes your brain work.
It's soothing. It's relaxing. And like you say, it gets your brain thinking of new ways. It sounds like me painting minis, but like then fucking up a lot and then just like fuck.
Yeah. but you paint it, and yes, you go through the pain, and then you see either sucks or maybe one part of it that is good. You'll be like, oh, I painted a mini. It all sloppy and sucks, but you got the arm right. And you'll be like, how did I do that? I'm like, okay. And then you remember and you'll be like, yeah. And then the next mini you paint, you'll be like, okay, it's like now I have a little idea how to do this from this. And then, 3 weeks later, you combine all these little bits and it's just fun. And that's what makes it human. Yeah.
I like how you said where you're just sitting there drinking and like kind of relaxed and looking at it. Because like that's me when I'm painting minis. Usually I'm playing my Sunday game, which unfortunately I didn't get to play today, but whatever. I'm playing a D&D while I'm painting, so I'm listening to chatter with my friends listening. But then I've been really into medieval lo-fi. So that's just in the background, and I'm just sitting there drinking, painting, and hearing like a story going on while I got some mellow beats, and I'm like just looking at this thing I'm doing, it painting, and I was like, man, I should try this and that.
Yeah.
And that whole scene and vibe and feel and process.
It's just cozy, it's like a mental coziness, you get to that.
Oh, especially when it rains.
I swear to you, it's like every day this week, it's like, I paint for like maybe 5-10 minutes. And like I work on a section, I'm like slowly working. And most of the time I just sit back, I roll back in my chair, I'm sipping one light, everything is dark, and I'm just looking at it and just looking at every part. It's like, wow, this is cool. I didn't expect it to come out this way. Okay, maybe I need to add more shadow over here. the whole time, just sipping on a drink. I look at it more longer than I actually put painting into it. And I enjoyed that process. It's like I'm building it slowly.
Yeah, I had to learn to let go, which I'm a huge propagator now, a huge person for that. Is like, putting in there and just like, I should just, but then fucking off, just pulling back and fucking off. And I'm like, this is decent. Also, I'm not trying to be fucking Van Gogh or like,
it's just that's the beauty of this. You're not trying to make a masterpiece. It's just this is what makes the exercise human, and it makes it also something that you learn from. It doesn't have to be like I said. Fuck the final product. It's just that process is what makes it awesome. That's why I feel bad for the people who make a living from art, the ones that are freaking out, because a long time ago they lost that privilege.
Yeah,
they did that privilege, but when they became commercial and that's what they make the living, they lost that privilege. We still have it because
is this why I romanticize about like this medieval time, because it was just so artsy back then. I hate it.
Yeah,
and therapy. Is this therapy?
And speaking of music, I just thought of a great example, like you said, the AI music. Think about Queen, the band.
Okay.
They have some songs. Just think about Bohemian Rhapsody. How the fuck AI will come up with something like this? Imagine Queen didn't exist. That song will never exist because AI will never come to that thing to make it. That was 100% a human brain genius. And the guy who made it, even the people who were making it with it didn't understand what the fuck he was trying to make them do. But he pushed through it and he was crazy about it. They, Freddie Mercury, and they did it. And then it came out. And that song, there is a world before Bohemian Rhapsody and there's a world after Bohemian Rhapsody that you can't go back.
That's fucking fair.
Yeah, think about it. And that shit would not come out if those dudes didn't go lock themselves on some farm in England and they spend like a week or a month.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, they had a contract to record an album, so they pay for them. It's like, okay, we pick a place, they go isolate themselves. You can see it in the movie. But
I wish that kind of.
But he came.
Freedom.
I mean, Freddie Mercury, that was his idea. He came with like notes and shit, and he said, his bandmates is like, what are we trying to do here? And they were recording bits at the time, the acapellas and all that weird shit. And it was like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is not opera, not rock. Imagine AI try to come up with that, and Queen never existed. It would never come to that conclusion, ever. I don't care how many fucking computing power, because that was a single human who had like that brain.
Yeah.
Who had that life story. The lyrics in that song, there are hints and bits from his personal life and the way and his culture. He grew up from one culture and he went into another culture. It's like his upbringing is mixed with a lot of shit. It took all his life influences for him to come up with that shit. You can't do that with AI. AI doesn't have, he wasn't born from mixed parents who were born and living in one country and then grow up in another country and then suffer through a bunch of shit. AI doesn't have that. It takes someone to go through so much shit to be able to one day click and come up with something weird.
Yeah, you have to go through that pain. Yeah. And you have to grow, live through it to express it and put it into art.
Yeah.
And that's what people really attach to.
And now the only reason AI can do stuff because those songs exist.
Because there's so much of it now,
Yeah, to teach it about stuff. The only reason AI is capable of doing of things is because all those centuries of human music.
Yeah.
Because without that shit, it wouldn't. Imagine they take an AI model and not expose it to any human music ever made and see if it will be able to compose coherently anything.
Oh my gosh, you just gave me an idea.
Yeah.
Imagine taking an AI model and just putting sound.
Just
sounds. All the sounds we've ever acquired, minus music.
Yeah.
Nothing, no rhythms or nothing, just sound. And then you tell it to make music. I want to know what that would sound like, honestly.
And then all you have to do is write lyrics and then punch the lyrics in and says, hey, make me a song with these lyrics. And watch what happens.
You know what? I have a hypothesis that it'll probably just play out like a weird cacophony of random sounds that some human would probably just sit there and create a story off of that fucking like you know how you have I guess a score, but imagine if it's just sound effects and then that tells a story. That'd be a good writing tool. That'd be a good writing tool.
Yeah. But also AI is bound by a human's liking what it makes.
Because it's not going to just start creating shit.
Yeah, because you have to like what it makes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for it,
tell what to do.
Unfortunately for AI, unfortunately for it, no matter what people say, is like, yes, new generations, they don't know stuff. But you're human and your ear will always decide. And the AI has a big challenge to make a living human enjoy something it made. I don't care if that a human is like us who lived in different generations or a brand new one. Even though the brand new human, there's information that travels, even though the brand new human will still have that ear. It will be a little bit off about something, even if they don't say it. Because your kid.
I hope so. I hope so. Honestly,
no matter what, your kid inherits some of the informations and inherits some of the sensibilities. No matter what, my kid doesn't have to grow up on the rock and roll I grew up in to be able to know when something is fucked up. That's just the nature of shit.
Yeah,
they might pretend to conform or whatever, but inside, AI failed.
Yeah, you gotta take those wins where you can get them.
That's right. You gotta take it when you get it. Yeah,
that brings me to a theory about like death. That you kind of mentioned of they have something in you that's kind of like genetic, if you will, or just whatever that is, that energy that you just you pass on.
Yeah,
I think why, and maybe a different. Because I don't fucking know and I don't read history like that. You know how people gather around their deathbed?
Yeah.
Around a person dying or whatever to kind of help them, I guess, comfort them into the next world or whatever the fuck. I feel like there might be something more to that in a molecular level, because you know how energy never really destroys.
No, it transfers. Nothing goes away. It just transfers, recycles.
So maybe reincarnation, if you will, not exactly what you think it is, but like the way I think of it is like,
everybody absorbs a little bit of something.
So what if that person is dying, like this bed behind me, and it's just surrounded by loved ones. Yeah. That person dies, and then their essence kind of just sprinkles.
It goes away. And you get a whiff of something.
Like just with beyond our comprehension, or like in a level that we can't tell or see. But like maybe that's why you get that weird sensation or feeling when you see an animal or something. And you're like, man, that animal kind of has traits of my old great grandma. Weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. And it's not even just like I'm talking about the wood, the material, the plastic, the floors, the other people, the insects, the trees. Like maybe that just kind of dissipates on everything. It kind of just like, that's why you surround by your loved ones, because you want that in you to pass down. And that's how you get like adults who are like, oh man, you remind me of your great grandfather, blah blah blah. He also liked, Skittles.
There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just basic physics. Like you said, energy transfers. You're standing there. You catch a whiff of something, and now you have flashes of things. And then another thing, the reason I kind of feel that way is like there's a world when before you have kids, and there's one when you have kids, and you get to see different things. That's why I was saying those things before. It's like I wouldn't be able to know that before, but now I have kids. You spend so much time with them, especially like with me. I was always with them. They grew up. You can see, yes, they are far away from my generations. They don't know anything, the stuff that I know, but you can tell why they are humans. It's like yes, you might think they are dumb generations. They are not. That's why I was saying AI has like really a tough challenge. You can see, these kids, like you're dealing with like hundreds of thousands of years worth of stuff transferring from one body to another to get to another one. You may fool them once, twice, but yes, you can't go far beyond that.
Right.
Yeah. It's a tough sell.
It's a tough sell.
The only thing I worry about with AI, Hollywood's got their hands on it and they abuse the shit out of it. That's the only part that I know.
That's just Hollywood.
And then you're gonna have a lot of Hollywood slap, or you call it slop.
Slop, yeah.
Yeah, slopping slap. They will because you know them. They look for the profit. And when there's profit, they will look what they did with Star Wars. I mean, they milked the shit out of that cow. The cow is dead, is buried, but they're still reaching into the ground and trying to milk it.
You're jerking dead milk out of the fucking cow. Let it die, bro.
Yeah, they're jerking the bones, and then you give them AI.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, big news.
Now they can recreate.
Yeah, Martin Scorsese now is behind. Now he's getting into the AI stuff. He's supporting this company. He's like the spokesman for this company to get it. It was a big headline news that he's into it. So that's probably the only thing that can trash and add to the chaos. Hollywood wants money, and they will get it however they can.
Now, we want to talk about fucking chaos. What is up with these goddamn data centers that is allegedly needed to run these AIs? Like, why are these data centers looked down as a threat? Like,
because data centers are humongous. They are the ones when you go to ChatGPT or Suno, they are the one doing the computing power for hundreds of millions of people at the same time, doing all those, inputs and stuff. And those data centers, they don't require, they always sell it's like, we bring jobs. They don't. They are empty. There's like one human in there or two. And they're just like, data banks. Think of it as like computers. A lot of them just computers.
So like a giant server area,
exactly. I guess. They take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of energy. They put strain on the grid, the power grid of any area they go to.
Okay, hold on. Because you're saying power grid and strain on this, but what about the internet? Where is that technically? Like, because we're not, the internet
moves through like, satellite or phone cables and all that stuff. The internet is not
a bunker of like servers that like
the internet doesn't do any of that stuff. It's just like when
ethereal area
when YouTube hosts all those videos and stuff, they build their own bank for it. The internet is just like the pipes where stuff goes through. It doesn't affect anything. It's the people who are doing things.
But how does the internet where? Because you need a computer to get on the internet. Sort of like, the internet is just not, it's like somebody just like, magic orb, boom. But you need this to contact the orb to connect everybody.
Well,
is that what's going on?
No, think of it like water. So see the city, the pipes exist. The city wants to bring water to everyone. They have to build a big ass water tank, fill it with water, and they use the existing pipes to send you water. The internet is the existing pipe. They're not doing anything, right? But like, let's say, data centers, ChatGPT or whatever, any of those models, or YouTube or Google or the cloud, all those, they come and they just build their shit and they use the existing pipes to send you stuff.
So would data centers be like other water towers, I guess?
Yeah. Data centers is like, no, they're not even, water power. They're just to run those models, the AI model, to run that shit, to learn. It needs, think of it as like hard drives. It needs a shit ton of hard drives to compute and learn and learn. Because these models are learning on trillions of amounts of data to be able to do what they do. ChatGPT, in order for you to have a conversation with it, like we had, remember before, about politics, about art, about anything. I mean, that motherfucker is like accessing like trillions of data of like all the painters in the world, all the musicians in the world, all the songs in the universe.
Yeah, it has to cycle all through the news, all that.
And you have the model, and the model is learning. So it has to like, they have layers. It's like, you know, learn from this.
And then it's probably like taking those words and like cutting out, because there's no way it's going to like go through so much. But then it kind of cuts off. It's like, all right, this is probably what you're going to stop. But if you want more, I guess I could cipher through all this to match these key.
Yeah, and these models are complicated and huge. It's like a brain, neural network of a brain, but like at a mega scale. It's like a what do you call it? Like a cryptocurrency, like mining. You know, like I built 2 computers just to mine like tiny amount of bullshit. And like which is worth nothing. Imagine you're trying to like mine, like the people who mine Bitcoin and stuff. They built warehouses full of computers.
Oh my god!
Yeah, full of computers.
You fucking imagine it. Imagine like the warehouse at work is just nothing but servers.
Yeah, no,
dude, that would be hot and smelly as fuck.
And how much power that thing is sucking in.
Oh my god!
So think about that for mining. It's terrible, and also for data centers, which is like just to run that AI model, and it goes to a city, it sucks up all the power, and it's running nonstop. Nonstop computing nonstop.
Just so you can have a cat fighting a ninja.
Yeah, just so you're going to go to Suno and say, "Hey, write me a song or some stupid song, or make me a picture.
Write me a song for this cat fighting a ninja on a mountain," and then
or just write me a song. In the real world, you know, you just ask a human, and they draw you a picture, and it doesn't require any computer. It doesn't hurt the environment or anything.
Just pass the tree.
Yeah.
Or another tree, and then some lead.
Yeah.
Or some berries if you're painting.
That's right. But that's the reality of that shit.
Goddamn, sir.
Yeah. So that's why those data centers are an issue that people complain about. There's a lot of crap into it. The bottom line is they are kind of a terrible thing.
Well, I know they're a terrible thing because I'm hearing people bitching about, and this is what I don't understand, like turning the water brown. Apparently it takes water, which I'm still...
that part I do not know.
I don't either. What do you mean it's turning the, like, okay, I get it, like what, water cooled, and then there's electrical.
I think they are doing it with the cooling system. I don't know.
Right.
And then
no, obviously.
When you're trying to cool a data
kind of computer, electronic. Yeah, you need heavy fans, which is going to absorb more electricity, which people are bitching about their electric bill going up, which makes no sense to me. Like, if you're hooking it up to a grid and you're sucking power from that grid, you guys put it there. Why the fuck are you passing the bill to people who are...
Well, because the people who are putting it in there, they're getting incentives from the city who let them put it in there. They give them a pass. And then in order to compensate, the corruption, in order to compensate for that, they pass the savings that data center gets into the actual people, customers who are living in that town. Like where you live right now, if they build a data center, it's because the people of that town, they said, "Oh, come here, you're going to bring us business or whatever." They're thinking about themselves. But, you know, the amount of
they have to attribute to
the cost of electricity, they push it down to you.
Dude, all I am saying, and I don't give a fuck, if there's a data center built like across the street or wherever the fuck, and all of a sudden like my water and electric bill went up the roof and started having problems, I'm knocking on every door around me and like, yo, we are fixing this.
Let's go complain.
The way the fuck complaining. I'm complaining.
No, let's go and then camp into that in front of the city and then wait until in the morning.
I'm going to air quotations because I know some people can't see this because of audio. Air quotations complain straight off on site of wherever this is happening.
Yep.
And let's just say that's not going to be a problem for much longer.
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people...
Whether I have backing or not, man.
That's why a lot of communities, you know, they do exactly what you said. You know, they kind of protest and go and just raise hell because they don't want to, deal with this shit. Which I understand. It's
fucking wild, bro. Imagine you're sitting here and all of a sudden your bill just jumped the fuck up, and you're like, "Why?"
Yeah, it goes from $50 to 150 for no reason. It's like, why?
Bro, you want to cite violence
because I'm paying for this data center for people who are actually doing it for profit, which they keep to themselves.
Yeah, like ultimately, what is AI helping? I mean, it's cool for fucking Microsoft Copilot, sure, and stupid shit like that for making fucking more charts and graphs and all that fucking horse shit. No. But keep that shit out of my goddamn creativity. Keep that shit out of my fucking art, and keep that shit the fuck out of my goddamn electric bill. Like, fuck you, bro. I don't want to pay for this shit. I literally stopped paying it fucking Adobe because they're like, hey, because you got the super fucking expensive one.
Fuck off.
We're upping the price because of AI. It's like, I don't use that shit.
No.
Like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. What they do is, they pass the cost to you. Hey, man, it paid off. I've been drawing and doing graphics my whole life. Now I can do all that shit. All I need is a pencil and a piece of paper.
All I need is Cthulhu to just rain hell in the madness.
Cthulhu is coming to you, you data center piece of shit. Yeah. One of these days, like the tentacles from the oceans is going straight into the data centers.
A tsunami just on the planet and wipe out all the AI data centers.
Well, that's the thing about data centers. They're vulnerable to water. All you have to do to kill them is just spray them with water.
Well, apparently they use water to farm the damn thing.
To cool the whole system, but I'm just saying direct contact to the water.
I'm slowly getting a vision. I don't know if I haven't played Stardew Valley or any of that shit, but like those games where you just like kind of trickle water and all of a sudden you just see like little data centers popping up. It's like, how many data centers? It's like playing on your phone or something.
I'm gonna go to one of those video AI and says, hey, make me a video of a bunch of data centers being splashed with water and what happens to them.
Yeah, you use AI.
So he's making a prediction of his own demise. It's like an AI model making you a video what it looks like if he gets sprayed with water.
Yes. Show me the downfall of yourself. Thank you. And then use that for, the revolution.
Yeah. That's it.
Yes. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. In another news, D&D is going to shit.
D&D?
Yeah.
What's going on with D&D?
Oh, God. Yeah, they are, we predicted that, but whatever. They are going full digital, trying to turn D&D into like World of Warcraft, where everything is monetized and itemized, and you can buy chapters of a book and buy this and buy that. It's like everything behind the pain wall.
Book. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. They're trying to monetize the crap out of every bit of that game.
They're trying to do. They were trying to monetize, for us, playthroughs of like podcasts and shit, which is fucked up, bro.
Yeah, their CEO has been squeezing this thing for years now. It's like pushing.
You
into
have enough
digital.
money, my dude.
Yeah.
Just fuck off and be happy. Why do you gotta
which will affect
trying to be a billionaire?
Which will affect anyone who wants to get into that hobby because it becomes complicated. It's not like a simple game. It's like you invade a friend home. It's like, hey, let's play.
But it is a simple game. It's a fucked up thing, dude. Yeah. It's like, God damn it. Why? Just let people be happy, man. God damn it. CEOs are fucking evil, dude.
Watch out. I'm going to say this here and it's on record. Let's see what the next year is going to be a very interesting year for RPG. For RPG, but specifically for D&D.
Tabletop RPGs. Yeah.
Because the fear is if D&D does that, everybody will follow suit. All those small independent games, they try to get into that action if they make that to be the standard. But the community...
Fucking better now, dude.
They're hoping to get everybody in uproar like they did with the OGL scandal.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad because the OGL shit squashed a lot of shit.
But also that OGL shit was a perfect demonstration of what the community, the power of the community.
Yeah. Sorry. Not like the actual OGL.
Because this kind of particular business and this particular hobby is 100% community based.
Yeah.
You mess up with these people who are special nerds specific for this. You can't just go sell this to anywhere else.
Right.
That's the
quit
thing.
fucking with the community. You made your money. Like, quit fucking with us, goddammit. This is why other things are popping up.
The next year is going to be a very interesting year. I'm going to watch and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm curious. And I hope it holds in our favor because you obviously know this, affects us, obviously. For those who are listening and don't know, we do a podcast of TTRPG shit. So, yeah.
For me, it doesn't affect me because I always says, you have the old games, you have the old books, you can always go back and play those.
That's true.
You have the rule books, like for Warhammer, I play Warhammer. I don't need all those editions. I have the previous editions. I have everything. I can always play the game with a friend.
Right.
When we have the rules, make homebrew stuff and go to town.
You just need,
I don't need to buy.
You need a skeletal, kind of system. And then everything else is just whatever you want to do. Yeah. That's the original beauty of D&D was to just play with your friends.
And it takes me back.
Shit up.
Takes me back to the origin. It defeats the purpose, which people forgot the purpose. It's supposed to be the game of the imagination, which means I don't need much from you. All I need is some basic mechanics, and it's up to you, the GM, to create, a start, and it's up to me to, enlarge and make that world bigger. And then we both imagine our way through that story into whatever it happens.
Exactly.
You don't need to purchase a bunch of stuff. It's the game of the imagination. Always keep that, in the forefront of your head.
They gave us the gift of dice mechanics.
That's it. That's all you need.
And after that, it's Wild West. So just kind of do because honestly, every game and playthrough that I've been listening to, they always tweak some stuff. They're always tweaking shit. Because of course you're going to. But even the big ones, they're taking all the rules and they're like, you know what? This just seems more fun if we just do it this way. And it makes for a great story. And I'm listening to some of this shit and I'm like, yeah, what? Okay. I could be one of them sticklers. That's not right. That, this rule, this, and that doesn't make sense with it. But I'm just listening to them have a fucking story. And I'm like, that's fucking cool.
It works.
So why does it it works. So what the fuck does it matter if you're following these set of rules or those set of rules? I mean, the system's there, but ultimately it's up to fucking you and your friends to do whatever you want to
I played enough RPG now. I can guarantee you 100%. I'm capable of sitting in the head of that table and have you guys play with bunches of dice. I need no book, no nothing, and I will take you on an adventure of your life. Because all I need is because all I need is me behind the veil. I'll tell a story, and you equipped with your dice and your own imaginations, and I'll take you on a journey, and you will take me with you too.
Exactly.
I can literally tell a story that way. I know I can do it with nothing, no books, no nothing. You should bring your dice. We sit together, and I can do that because you played enough of it now. I know I can do that.
You have that basic understanding of you see the stats. You know and you can technically rename the stats however the fuck you want it, but it's still the same mechanical base. It's the same technical shit, and it could all be the same. You just buy regular D6s and just use that for everything. You just add the number of D6s, and the reason it's roll 4d6 for initiative or something,
And the reason I said it's the game, the imagination, because forget about all those stats. It's all about that particular set of people. You sit in a table with your friends, and you start that journey as they start going into that story, and then you cater to what's happening at that moment on that table. Yes. And the vibe is going, your friends are having a good time, the memories are happening, and then the stories are happening, the events are happening. It negates all the books and all the rules and everything, and you custom that stuff to you and your pals. That's why it's the game of the imagination.
Yeah, it is like the ultimate game, dude. It's ultimate game, and I give it was Gary Gygax is who created it. I gave him huge props because I'm sure if he was here today,
he would be appalled by this shit.
Yeah, he'd be like, Jesus, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he would want it to, he'd probably be shocked that, it spread so much to the way it is, that people are literally fighting and changing systems. We should be happy that you have a creation that just people are taking your idea and going beyond your comprehension of what you had in mind.
But Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, they are trying to suck the life out of it.
Yeah, well, Hasbro is like Hollywood. They're
for RPG.
Capitalist, for our TTRPGs.
Yeah. And not paying their employees because they are going through a bunch of shit. Like,
wow.
Okay, yeah, dude, it's like, that's why I was telling you, next year, keep your eyes open. This is going to be a fun and interesting year. We're going to see a lot of crap happening.
It's going to be fucking something, goddammit. It's
going to be awesome.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Which brings us back to the Odyssey.
Oh, shit. Yes.
I was looking forward to that movie so bad. And then.
What happened? What happened?
Christopher Nolan finally fell for the bullshit.
Oh, what happened? I keep forgetting about this movie. Someone keeps mentioning it, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
The Odyssey is a story that worked for I don't know how many thousands of years. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah,
it's
I rewatched the old film not too long ago.
It's in the book. Everybody, hundreds and hundreds of generations. Everybody knows what the Odyssey is. It's all good. And then comes to the modern woke shit.
Oh God, what did he do?
Christopher Nolan, who was my hero as a director, awesome. He always does weird things. He does things his way. He takes risks, and he's an artist. This time, fucked it up.
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do?
He changed. First of all, he changed a lot of things in the story. And this is a Greek story. Right. When I say Greek, what comes to your mind?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Those big kind of like Roman-esque statues, the gods. What is it? Zeus, Hermes, fucking what's her name?
The famous story is
Troy.
Troy.
The horse.
Now Helen of Troy is a black chick who looks like straight up from Ethiopia.
Oh,
Hercules is a skinny douchebag who used to be, he was Hercules is supposed to be this big heroic, fighter. He's like now this transsexual skinny chick dude who does not look like a hero at all. And the story is off balanced by this new narrative that is from a book that rewrote the Odyssey from a feminist point of view.
From a feminist point of view? What do you wait?
Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't.
Well, so go watch the trailer.
Oh God.
You can tell a lot by watching the trailer. If you know the Odyssey.
Hold on. Is this with Elliot Page? Because I remember
Yeah.
That's what everyone was talking about. Okay.
Have you seen my latest episode from Cartoon that me and Mike we do? I shared it on Discord, I think. The Ringos.
Oh, yeah.
It opens with the theater, and I laid it out in there. You should watch it. It gives you a glimpse of what's going on.
No, I do remember seeing some memes and stuff because they had Brad Pitt, so they did the Odyssey again.
They have Matt Damon in it this time.
This time? No, I mean the old one.
The old one had Brad Pitt, the original for Troy.
Oh, Troy. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Troy had Brad Pitt. That's what the look.
Because I saw the when I said I went and saw the old one again. I'm talking about the fucking one that he did in the 80s or whatever fucking time that was.
So the Odyssey is like this high level. It's a high level poetry. It's like it's a long poem written in this eloquent language and stuff, right? And every time throughout history where they made books or movies about it, it maintained a certain aesthetics and a certain language. because it's classic.
Right.
This movie, they made it sound like a bunch of dudes talking in the street like us. Yo, man, you want to go conquer Troy? Shit, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go, motherfucker. It's like, it's like watching the 10 Commandments, but Moses is talking like, from some ghetto hood. Yo, man, I'm going up to the fucking mountain to get some scrolls, bitches. Let me go get some commandments. Get some rules,
Drop the top 10.
Yeah, I'm going to drop the 10, man. I just went up there and watched God's YouTube channel and got a tutorial on how to do this shit.
He's like, this is how he's supposed to life, bro.
I don't want to watch that 10 Commandments. That's not what it is. The 10 Commandments was this epic movie. You watch it with the language and the atmosphere, and you're religious or not. It's like, it's cool. That's what it is. It takes you to up a level.
Takes you to a time before.
And also it takes you to a little bit up of a level of your regular, you want to hear some of those people speak, and they give you inspiration.
Yeah.
So the Odyssey, it's not just like the Bible. It's written as a poem, complex and with details and stuff. And it's like, that sounds like, even the language, they dumbed the shit out of it down. It's like, that's one of the, come on, man. It just looked, the trailer has so many things wrong already. It's like, you look at it, it's like, okay, what am I up for? I am going to watch the movie, not in theater. I'm going to wait for it when it streams because I have to have full idea of the extent of the damage. So I'm going to have to suck it up and watch it. I was literally looking forward to go watching it at the theater. I wait for Christopher Nolan movies. I look forward. The guy doesn't drop movies every year, once in a while. And that kind of disheartened me a little.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
sucks.
It was a punch in the nuts. Yeah.
Damn, Christopher Nolan, what the fuck?
I don't know how they made him do that. Because, the guy doesn't need approval and doesn't need your permission to do shit, He's a big shot director. You have to, he have a say in things.
Right.
So I'll wait and see to confirm whether it is a tragedy or okay.
Let me know, because, I haven't seen the preview, but I'm pretty sure I've seen, like, at least a screen grab here and there.
Watch the trailer. Just watch the trailer.
Fine, I'll watch the trailer.
Watch the damn trailer, man.
Fine, god damn it.
And watch the cartoon I made, because that sums up in the beginning, like it opens with it, and you get the gist of what's going on.
Fair.
Ringles. Watch that.
Ringles. You should drop a link. You should drop a link of it wherever we post.
Oh yeah,
shit.
Definitely, because it's picking up some views, I guess, just because of that. Because it's a cartoon show that we have. They work in the movie theater, and then in that episode, it opens with people watching that trailer in the theater, and then they all come out like bitching and complaining.
Ugh,
and then
terrible.
They end up having a bunch of customers complaining and wanting a refund. And then the story goes off to something else after that.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Shit.
Yep. Anyways, so yeah, that's what happened since we've been gone. And a bunch of other political crap. I don't think I want to get into that, but we were just waiting.
Yeah, not now.
Yeah, waiting for these motherfuckers to finish killing each other, and then the dust settles, and then we'll see the next douchebag.
Yeah, the next douchebag. What, the next bad guy or the next?
No, the next dumbass.
Oh.
I think to be a bad guy, you have to be smart and have like some, sophisticated level of thinking to be a bad guy. At that level of power.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For that level. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And so far, all these people are just like assholes and just dicks. They don't have the intelligence and, the mental caliber to be bad guys. Not even Trump. It's like a guy just flinging shit and seeing which one sticks 24/7. People think of him as a bad guy. You have to be smart to be a bad guy. Most villains in comics and cartoons are smart. They are like all...
You have a master plan going on.
Yeah, they're all like these sophisticated assholes who like have a precise plan and vision. It's no one in politics is. They're just trying shit and see which one sticks. It would be an insult to villains and bad guys to call any of these assholes a bad guy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
That's how terrible it is.
Mm.
And with that, we bid you farewell.
Yes.
To the next.
May Cthulhu destroy what's left of this planet so that suffering does not have to befall you.